Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nurat below, and I'm a Nigerian immigrant based in Saskatchewan, Canada. Today's video is all about the step-by-step guide to the express entry system, how it works, and the documents you would need to get in order for you to apply to come to Canada through the express entry. If this is your first time on my channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. It means a lot to me, and please do well to subscribe to my channel. I'm still growing this community. I'm over 100 subscriber, and I intend to grow it even more than that. And to my oldies, thank you so much for always coming back to my channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you for always, watching my content. I see your views and I feel like, very happy, and it keeps me going. So please, without further ado, let's dive right into the video. Okay, so before we start the video, I would like to put a disclaimer out there. Please kindly know that I'm not an immigration lawyer or a consultant. All of this thing I'll be saying here today is based off the research that I carried out. So please, if you want to start anything, I'll encourage that you do well to also do your own research. And if you have any question, you can always come back to me, give me a chat, put a comment in the comment section. I'll do well to answer your question optimally. So thank you, and let's go. The express entry system is still the most popular immigration route for you to come to Canada and become the permanent resident of Canada. The express entry is an electronic system that is designed by the government of Canada that allows skilled workers all over the world to immigrate to Canada based on their specific skills. And for you to come to Canada, you need to be aware that the express entry manages 3 different programs, and these are the Federal Skilled Worker Program, which is the FSWP, the Canadian Experience Class, which is CEC, and also the Federal Skilled Trade Program, which is FSTP. And sometimes candidates in a pool get lucky and they get nominated by a province in Canada, and this will eventually add 600 points to the point that they already have while in the express entry pool. And after that, it increases their chances of getting an invitation to apply for permanent residence via the express entry system. Once an interested candidate submits a profile to the IRCC, which is the Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, then the IRCC determines if the candidate is eligible for a program that is managed by the express entry. And once eligible, you'll be accepted into the express entry pool and will be ranked according to the comprehensive ranking system, the CRS. The CRS is a point-based system that is used by the IRCC to assess and rank candidates in the pool of the express entry system. And it is calculated based on your age, your education, your language skills, as well as your work experience and many other factors. I'm going to leave a link in the description box where you can calculate your CRS score and know your standards before even applying to the express entry. And once a candidate is in the pool, the government of Canada would select the highest ranking candidates in the pool and provide them with an ITA, which is invitation to apply for permanent residence. Now, how does it work? The express entry is very simple and consists of 2 major stages. The very first major stage is when a candidate who is eligible for the express entry indicates to the federal government of Canada their expression of interest of obtaining a Canadian resident. And this is done by, checking all the boxes and answering all the questions, and also uploading all the necessary document that is required to create an express entry profile. And the second major stage is when the government of Canada holds rounds of invitation, which is also known as draw, and this is done in every other week, like in every 2 weeks. And this actually select the highest scoring candidates in the pool and invites them to come to Canada as a permanent resident of Canada. Now I'm going to go ahead and explain the step-by-step process of how to submit an express entry profile and obtain a visa to immigrate to Canada on the permanent residence basis. The very first step is for you to find out if you're eligible for the express entry. Now, in this case, you need to be eligible for at least one of the programs that is managed by the express entry system. And these are the Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Canadian Experience Class, as well as the Federal Skilled Trade Program. I already said that I will leave a link in the description box where you can read about this, so do well to find out about that. Now, the step 2 is that you must complete your language testing, such as the IELTS. And also you have to obtain your educational credential assessment, which is the ECA report. I have a video on my channel where I explain how you can evaluate your transcript. I'm going to drop a link in the description box where you can watch the video and follow the guide, the steps, and you also obtain your ECA report. This is a very important stage, guys. You have to do this before you even kickstart applying through the express entry system. You also need to make available your valid international passport, as well as that of your spouse and dependent children. And also you need to provide a proof of fund for yourself and your family. And this is usually in the form of a bank statement. Step 3 is when you submit your profile on the website of the Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada, which is the IRCC. And then step 4 is when you wait and see if you get an invitation to apply for permanent residence. And when you get an invitation to apply for permanent residence, then we'll move to step 5. Step 5 is when you submit your completed application for PR to IRCC and pay your fees before the deadline. You'll also need to submit your medical exam report as well as your police clearance certificates in this step. And after that, the IRCC will provide you with an acknowledgement of receipt, which is the AOR. And in step 6, you will submit your biometric when IRCC requests for it. Step 7, you will wait for IRCC to make a final decision on your application. And once your application is approved, you will receive a confirmation of permanent residence and as well as a permanent resident visa for you to travel over to Canada and complete your landing. If you enjoyed this video, kindly give this video a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? It is just around this corner. Just ensure that you click on the subscribe button and also click on the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. An express entry profile is valid for 1 year, and here it takes about 6 to 8 months for IRCC to process the application of candidate that gets ITA. If a candidate does not get an ITA within 1 year of creating their express entry profile, then they can easily resubmit again if they are still eligible. Submitting an express entry profile is completely free. However, candidates incur some cost while submitting their application, and this includes the cost of writing their English testing exam and also the cost of evaluating their transcripts with either WES or any other evaluating body that they choose to use. You will also incur cost when you need to translate any of your documents that are not in English language or French language, as well as if you need to hire an immigration consultant, you also need to pay this consultant that will help you through the process. Besides that, you will also incur some government fees, and these are the application for permanent residence fee, which is 850 Canadian dollars, as well as the right to permanent residence fee, which is 515 Canadian dollars, and this totals around 1,365 Canadian dollars. And if you're coming with your spouse and dependent children, you also do same for them. You pay for their application fee and their right to permanent fee. And the application fee for your spouse is the same as yours, and that of your child, it is 230 Canadian dollars per child. And if you have more, you also have to pay for more. There are lots of reasons why candidates can be found ineligible to come to Canada through the express entry system. And one of them is choosing Quebec, the province of Quebec, as a place of destination. The reason is because Quebec is not part of the express entry system, and they already have their own immigration program that is designed for that province. So if you choose Quebec as a place of destination when you land here, you might not be eligible to even come to Canada through the express entry. So under no circumstances should you choose that you're interested in going to Quebec. Another reason that can render your application ineligible is your language test result, and this depends on the program that you are applying to. If you're applying under the Federal Skilled Worker Program, you need to have at least CLB 7, which is your Canadian language benchmark. It has to be 7 in each of your language test results. And if you're applying under the Canadian experience class, you need to have at least CLB 7 in your language tests under the NOC 0 and 1, and have at least CLB 5 under the NOC 2 and 3. Now let's break this down. NOC code 0 are for candidates that are under the management profession. Like if you're a manager or a director of a company, you need to have CLB 7 when you're applying to come to Canada through the Canadian experience class. The NOC 1, which is regarded as NOC 1 or NOC A, are for candidates that are professional jobs, such as being a doctor, an engineer, a pharmacist, and usually it's required that these candidates have a minimum education of being a bachelor's degree. Why NOC 2 or NOC B are for candidates that has technical jobs or skilled trade jobs, and this requires that the candidates should have a minimum education of a college diploma. Why NOC 3 or NOC C are for candidate that has a minimal job, such as a healthcare assistant, which is where I fall, and also you can be a carpenter or a plumber, depending. And this requires that candidates should have minimum education of a high school degree. I hope this is straightforward. Now let's go. So if you're applying under the skilled trade, you must have minimum of CLB 5 in your language test results. Another reason that can render your application ineligible is your work experience. If you're applying under the Federal Skilled Worker Program, you need to have at least 1 year full-time paid work experience, and this must be outside Canada. If you're applying through the Canadian Experience class, which is CEC, you need to have 1 year full-time work experience, and this must be inside Canada. And if you're applying under the Federal Skilled Trade, you must have at least 2 years of work experience, and this must be outside Canada. There are so many ways that you can improve your CRS score in the pool, and these include that you need to ensure that you claim all the points that you're eligible for. Take for instance, there's a section in the CRS calculator where you're going to be asked if you have family member in Canada. Yes, if you have a family member in Canada, you should be able to claim that. By clicking yes, you'll be allotted some points, and this will eventually boost your point at the end of the old assessment. And there's another section in the calculator, in the CRS calculator, where you're going to be asked if you have education in Canada. And if you do, of course, you tick yes. And this is going to also allot you more points, and this is going to boost your CRS score at the time you're applying in the pool. Another possible way to increase or to improve your CRS score is by improving your language test result. Okay, yes, you can always take your language testing over and over again if you feel the one you have will not actually give you more points. Take for example, maybe you write your English or French tests the first time and you score like 6.5 or 7, and you feel you can do better the next time. Why not? Go for it. You can easily take it again and score even higher. The higher you have, the higher more CRS points will be allotted to you. So good luck. Another possible way to improve your CRS score is by using your younger spouse as your principal applicant. Oh yes, guys, in the age section, it's actually 12 points if you are within the age of 18 to 34. Now, once you're at 35, you're going to drop a point, and as you advance in your age, you need to keep dropping the points. So it's better you use your younger spouse that is still younger to you. So other ways to improve your CRS score is improve on your education. You may want to go back to school to study more, and then maybe for your master's degree or for your doctorate degree, as well as obtaining more work experience. And you can do this by staying back and work more, have more years of experience, and this can also help to boost your score. And another way is for you to come to Canada, and then you come and work or you come and study. All of these are ways in which you can boost your CRS score while in the pool, and this can improve your odds of getting ITA when a draw is made. Okay, so guys, this marked the end of today's episode or today's vlog. So please thank you so much for actually watching up to this time, and if you have any question, you can easily drop it in the comment section. I would do well to answer it. And also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Like this video, share it to whoever you know that want to come to Canada via the express entry. This is a well-detailed video that will encourage them to take the right decision, and also that will guide them into applying appropriately and also having all the document necessary to upload. So thank you so much for staying up to this moment. I'll see you in my next video. Peace out.